Hi Taurus, welcome to your monthly reading for December 2023. These messages are for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Thank you very much to everyone who likes, shares, comments on the videos, just watches the videos, subscribes to the channel. All of it is very much appreciated. If you want to book a personal reading, then see the description box for information on how to do that. So just as like an opening message, I've actually had sort of a niggling hunch or feeling since sort of Scorpio season. So in December, like say mid-December or so, that kind of going forward, as we went into December, that we might all collectively go through a phase of time where people are very outspoken. So I know that this is quite common in the media in general, but I'm talking more about our day-to-day life. So, you know, people might be saying things that are going to shake things up. Some things might potentially be a bit controversial. And again, as I say, this is more so in our day-to-day lives rather than in the media where it just happens all the time. So I'm aware that we're in Sagittarius season now. And Sagittarius, and this is before I checked my books on astrology, I had this feeling, and then I did look today in the books, and yeah, Sagittarius actually is known for being very frank, can be quite frank and open. Sagittarius energy can be frank and open, can be an energy of very much speaking your mind. What you see is what you get. Sometimes it can be brutal honesty to a certain degree, but not with usually with malicious intent. But you know, it's just, as I say, what you see is what you get. So yeah, that could potentially be something that's happening, and we'll see how that plays out if it does come to fruition. But anyway, these are the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. So we're going to start off with a message from the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck first of all, and that will be kind of like your main theme, or just the main thing that you need to be aware of for the month of December. So for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, what's the main thing that you guys need to know? Okay, so Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. It's the main thing that you need to know. What's your main theme? Well, who doesn't want that as their main theme? Happiness. So you've got happiness and you have simplicity. So I'm going to put them, I think we're going to put them like that. I might have to move. Okay, we're going to do it like that because I know that the cards do tend to take up quite a bit of room. So happiness and simplicity. That's an interesting combination actually, and the term that's come into mind is the simple life, you know, and you have those simple pleasures in life that make you happy, like little things like, say for parents, just spending time with your kids makes you happy. If you've got a romantic partner, spending time with them makes you happy. If you've got a family that you actually get on with, spending time with them makes you happy. Maybe you're a creative and just embracing and enjoying doing your creative activity or hobbies or something makes you happy. Maybe you have a job that you love. But let's get your tarot cards out and see what the message is here for that. So I don't actually celebrate Christmas officially, but I would say at this time of year, I actually really like Christmas movies. I think I'm happier to sort of sit there and watch other people in movies enjoy it than to be involved in the chaos. So my simple pleasure would be sitting in under the duvet with a hot drink watching Christmas movies, even though I don't actually celebrate Christmas officially. But let's see what the message comes out, what the message is that comes out. So anything else we need to know about the main focal point, main theme? So I nearly said Scorpio then. Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising. Maybe a Scorpio plays a role in someone's happiness, who knows? So what else do we need to know? And as you can hear, I've actually finally gotten around to powdering my deck with some corn flour. So if you see a white substance, it's purely innocent. It's just corn flour. Right, you've got the Eight of Wands. And your energy specifically, what is that? What is your energy? Queen of Swords. And interesting, I talked about being outspoken. I mean, I don't know how it will play in here, but Eight of Wands can be communication. And the Queen of Swords, I mean, she would be outspoken, wouldn't she? Anything else? So next we're going to look at external or surrounding energies, Two of Cups. So someone very well could have, there could potentially be a romantic connection here that makes someone very very happy, or just a connection with someone in general. It could be a friend. You know, in terms of, oh, it's interesting as well. We've got, I think dolphins, they are considered to be very playful, happy. There's something with dolphins and relationships as well, and connections, and I'm not 100% sure what that is, but I feel like I've heard that in other readings, and in general. So as I say, the connection, it might not be romantic. It could just be another person who you feel close to, whether, as I say, is a friend, family member, whatever. Let's look at the past energies for this. I'm going to try that again because it didn't quite feel right. So it would have been the Queen of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, but yeah, it literally didn't feel right at all. So past energy, please. Okay, so this is the Five of Pentacles. So current or present energy for you. You've got the King of Cups. Potential future, you have the Ace of Wands. And any guidance for you. You've got the Six of, wow, you've got a bunch, I mean, apart from the Five of Pentacles, your cards are pretty bright and positive. I mean, to be frank, Sagittarius, if you sort of look at the energies of the signs, going by the seasons, like what season we're in, as I said, we're in Sagittarius season, it's probably one of the lighter ones, because Scorpio, it's hard. I mean, Scorpio's like the death, rebirth, transformation. That was hard. I think a lot of people found it difficult. Sagittarius is more of that happy-go-lucky, optimistic, expansive, exploration, travel, that kind of energy, a lot more lighthearted. So we might find in this season, and I would be very grateful for it as well as other people, for things to kind of get a bit more lighthearted. I mean, that's partly why I've chosen the decks and oracle decks I have, because I know that I do tend to go quite heavy. And obviously, I will always honor the message. I will give you whatever the feeling is that comes out. I'm never going to sugarcoat anything for you, but it will be a bit of relief if there's something lighthearted, because it is, I mean, obviously, if you're the person going through the energy that is heavy, it's tough, isn't it? And as a reader, you pick up on that kind of thing as well, don't you? So doing multiple readings for multiple people and multiple signs, if you're going through a heavy season, you do end up with a migraine after, to be honest. But anyway, right, so let's look at this. So let's look at the Eight of Wands first of all. I feel like there's a Sagittarius energy with that, and I'd have to look in the book to check, because each of the cards corresponds to a sign and a planet as well, doesn't it? And I'm not sure. I do have the books and I know a few of them, but yeah, I always feel like, I don't know if it's because usually in the Eight of Wands, well, not usually, sometimes there's an Archer in there and that's connected to Sag, but it's Wands, isn't it? So I should check, shouldn't I? Let me have a look. Since I'm talking about it so much, it must be relevant. So it'll be 1 second for you. Okay, so I did check. It took me a while to find it, actually. It's Mercury. The Eight of Wands is Mercury in Sagittarius. So it does make sense, because obviously you've got the whole communication element of the Wands, and obviously it's fire, so Sagittarius. Yep, so Mercury in Sagittarius. Right, so let's clarify and stop talking about astrology for a second. So what do we need to know about this Eight of Wands? You've got the Seven of Swords there. Right, what else? Nine of Cups and the Hermit. Queen of Cups. Knight of Swords. Okay, you've got quite a lot of cards. Well, a few cards of communication. I keep looking at that Queen of Swords. So there is actually a good chance. You know how I talked about people speaking their minds more? You might be expressing to someone in particular what makes you happy. Because you've got the Nine of Cups there. That's to do with contentment, isn't it? You've got the Queen of Cups there, which is emotions. And so the Nine of Cups and the Queen of Cups are connected because the emotions, how you feel, what makes you feel happy. Knight of Swords, it's communication again. With the opposites here, so Seven of Swords and the Knight of Swords are kind of opposites, aren't they? Seven of Swords is what's hidden in the shadows. It's the things. I know we can connect it to lies and deceit. It can be about risks as well. But based on the whole communication energy here, this could be where you've kind of hidden in the shadows, or hidden in the shadows, if I can get my words out, what it is that makes you feel content, whether it's with a person in a particular situation. With the Hermit there, it's probably either that you've thought about this for a long time or that you've kind of kept things to yourself. But I think, let me get a card for the Hermit. It feels like that's the stuff that you've kept to yourself. Okay, you might have felt that that by speaking up it would cause conflicts possibly. Or it might be your own mental conflict with that Five of Swords. We've got the Five of Cups and the Judgment card. Okay, yeah, so I feel like you could be expressing to whoever what it is that will make you happy. And how you feel as well, very likely. But it's something that's been hidden in the shadows so far that you've kept, is something you've kept to yourself. I mean, it could be that you feel hurt about something in particular, or it could be that you fear by speaking about whatever it is that you need to make you happy, it will cause some kind of conflict or hurt. And there's an element here of something about, possibly about going off on your own path, where there may be something that makes you happy where you need to go off on your own path or leave people behind or something to that effect. That might be relevant here as well, because the Hermit is someone who kind of goes off on their own path too, aren't they? But let's put these back in the deck, and then we'll move on to that Queen of Swords. That's your energy specifically. And I'm thinking that it's where you have something to say, isn't it? With that Queen of Swords, she has her truth, she knows her truth, and she's ready and willing to express it. So it's kind of like, I don't even know the song very well, but that song, is it Say Something? Is it Christina Aguilera and I don't know the group. Is it something like Big Wild World or something like that? Big Wide World? I don't know. The song is called Say Something, and I just feel like with this Queen of Swords, should I say, it's like you have something to say. So Queen of Swords, why is she there, please? Okay, so Five of Cups first of all. You could be expressing that doesn't make you happy and what does make you happy with the Sun, because that's the Five of Cups. That's where you're not happy, where you're sad. There's a sense of loss there. The Sun it can be happiness as well as like potential illumination, those kind of things. Maybe that's, as I say, we talked about things being hidden in the shadows. Maybe that's where you want to bring to light what it is that hasn't made you happy. So we are going to take all of those. So we've got the Four of Swords, we've got the Nine of Wands, and we've got the Knight of Wands. That's another Sagittarius. Is it Sagittarius? I believe it's Sagittarius. Yeah, my mind's gone kind of blank with that now. Again, that Four of Swords, it almost feels it's like where you've kept things to yourself, because the Four of Swords, I mean, it can be about rest as well and careful consideration, but there are other Four of Swords cards where people kind of look like they're meditating, don't they? So, I mean, you could consider her to be meditating, sleeping, whatever. You may have kept something to yourself, and as I say, it's like now you've got something to say and you kind of want to let it out. Let's look, whatever it is, it may have been like, what's the word, when you've been tight-lipped about something but it feels like a struggle and you can't hold it in any longer, or it's that you've kind of been battling against something by yourself and now you're ready to kind of open up and say, yeah, I can't do this on my own, or you're just in general saying how you feel about it. So let's look at the Four of Swords for you. Okay, I mean, so the Hanged Man, so upright, he's 100% kind of keeping whatever he's thinking, whatever processes on in his mind, whatever perspectives he's looking at, he's keeping them to himself. In reverse, one of the meanings can be it's where you're ready to let it out, to be honest. And then you've got the Page of Pentacles. So whatever you need to let out is likely, it might be expressing that you want a new start, or it will lead to a new start. Let me just get one more for that Four of Swords. I mean, the Knight of Wands is someone who's quite fearless, aren't they? So you may now have a sense of fearlessness in terms of what you want to say or what you want to do. So Four of Swords, I mean, that's about expression, isn't it? The Page of Cups, that's very pure, innocent expression quite often. So it's from whatever you're saying, it's, I think the word sincere is coming to mind. Yeah, the word sincere is coming to mind. Okay, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles for me, it's about a person's value, it's about their sense of self-worth, what's important to them. So whatever you've been keeping to yourself, whatever it is that you feel you have to say, it's very important to you, and I think you want to get it off your chest or get it out, but there's something very sincere and pure about the way or what it is you want to say. I'm not sure what that means exactly. Feel free to let me know in the comments exactly how that resonates, but that's what's coming to mind here. But as I say, it's like there's likely a bit of fearlessness with it, where it's like, I'm not holding it in anymore, I'm ready to let it out. Maybe it's to do with having feelings for someone, to be honest, romantic feelings, and you want to let that out, who knows. I mean, you do have the Five of Cups here, so as I say, it could be something about, there could be something where you're expressing where you felt hurt or had to struggle with something on your own. That's a possibility. Or it can indicate fear sometimes when these cards come up as well. So fear of what the outcome will be if you do say what you feel, or say whatever it is you want to say. So let's put these back and we'll look at the Two of Cups, and it feels like it probably is another person, but let's have a look. Or definitely relates to another person. So Two of Cups. Why is the Two of Cups there as an external or surrounding energy, please? Right, so Seven of Pentacles, the Is It Worth It card. Is it worth me putting my time, energy and effort into this? Another card of Is It Worth It? Is it worth pursuing this particular dream? What are the other perspectives? What are the other dreams that I could pursue? And you have the Death card. So that's the, I mean, if the Death card is here, it kind of suggests that whatever the question is around, is it worth it? And as I say, it could potentially be a relationship with that Two of Cups there. It's where you've already put the time, energy and effort in, and giving it some of your time and energy. And the Death card is the sort of, should I stay or should I go energy, potentially. I mean, it doesn't have to be a relationship. It's just a connection with anything that you love. So if it was a person, it could be a friendship, family member, if it's not romantic. It could be something that you once loved or felt connected to. You know, it could be even something creative that you love doing. And it's just like, maybe it's time to no longer pursue this for whatever reason. I'm not sure what reason you would have with that. Maybe you just feel like you'd not good at it anymore, or it doesn't give you the same pleasure it used to. Although with the Two of Cups being there, it does indicate a connection. Let's see, anything else? We've got the Ten of Cups there, so that is about happiness. Right, Six of Wands is a card of success. What was it? Something tried to come out, and I think it was the Fool, wasn't it? I wasn't clear on. It flipped itself back, and then we've got the Strength card, which is a card of courage. Let me get something for that Death card, because that's a real kind of wild card with these. I mean, if the Death card wasn't there, say we took the Death card out of the equation, I would actually be inclined to think that someone was wanting to pursue a relationship with someone, but obviously you have an uncertainty, don't you? Sometimes you have fears, sometimes you have doubts, especially if you haven't had the best experiences with relationships in the past. You would be worried about if it's going to work out, if it's going to make you happy. So without the Death card, that's kind of what it looks like, but then you have the Death card in the middle of things. So why is that there, please? Why is the Death card there? So you've got the High Priestess now and the Magician. I'm almost starting to think, with my eye keep on going back to the Simplicity card, are you overthinking something, maybe? because obviously the High Priestess here is about intuition. The Magician is like the capability to do something, and the confidence as well. So could that Death card be more about fears? If you wanted to pursue a relationship or something that will make you happy in general, that you connect to, are there fears around it not working out the way you want it to? Because there's a lot of cards of happiness here, but then there's a bit of doubt as well. Let's get one more for the Death card, please. You know, when there are okay, let me just get one more. Six of, okay. Yeah, is there a worry about it being a repeat of the past? You know, like some people can be worried about, for some it's just certain situations, and for others it's just in life in general, where some people have this thing where if they're happy or things are calm or they're content, they're like, shit, something's wrong, I'm too happy, something bad has got to happen to mess it up. You know, that kind of those kind of fears, where some people, it's like they fear happiness and abundance and things like that, because it's like they almost think that if they get that, then something bad is going to happen to take it away and make them unhappy again. Is there something like that going on? As I say, could fear of a repeat of the past, because it doesn't, I don't know. Let's see what comes out. What else comes out for that Death card? Right, we've got the Hierophant. Let's get one more. You could be someone where if you are wanting to pursue a new relationship with someone, you could very well have a lot of fears where you feel like there's going to be a repeat from the past, and you're kind of almost worried that if you've had previous bad experiences, you haven't learned enough to move forward. Like, you know, you say, oh, I don't know if this is going to work. I went through such a rough time last time. Did I learn my lesson? Did I learn what I needed to learn to make it work this time? You might be having those kind of doubts, to be honest. And then you've got the Ten of Pentacles at the end. So that would sort of say, do I have what it takes to make it work long term? Whatever it is that you feel will make you happy. Again, that worry about can it last? Can the happiness last, or is it for a moment and then it just gets snatched away from me? I need to look at these again, to be honest. So as I said, with this Queen of Swords, you may have something to say. Let's just look at this set again. This was your main theme. I still feel like you have something to say. It could, I mean, the Seven of Swords for me, it can be a risk as well. It can be, I mean, it could be both, of letting it out of the shadows, whatever it is you've been thinking or feeling, but also that it's a risk as well. Let's move on and see. I mean, I can already see that you had the Five of Cups, was it, in the past energy? So that would be past disappointments, wouldn't it? So it wouldn't surprise me if going forward you did have fears about things working out now, if you come in from a place of disappointment previously. Oh, sorry, Five of Pentacles, not Five of Cups, but it's similar energies. Rejection, being left out in the cold, being, did I say rejection? I think I said rejection. Could be where somebody's left you or left you behind even. And as I say, this doesn't have to be about it may not be a romantic relationship, but that's kind of what's at the forefront of my mind with the reading. Possibly it still could be related to a thing like a career path, creativity, a non-romantic relationship, any of the above. It just depends on your circumstances. So I have, a card has flown across. I'm going to try and get this now without ripping the mic or tripod down. Okay, so yeah, we're going to move on to that Five of Pentacles and see what that's about. I almost feel, depending on what else comes out, I almost feel like I may need to call this reading Don't Fear Happiness or something. Again, with the Simplicity card there, it makes me think, are you kind of overthinking it? But let's see what else comes out. Let's look at the Five of Pentacles. So we have... No. I got a distinctive no when I tried to put that down. Five of Pentacles. Going to be hilarious if it comes back out now after I did that. Right. The Empress. So it was probably right, actually, but let's try that again. See if there's another one that wants to come out. So Five of Pentacles. Okay. I'm getting the impression that I will continue, but say if in romantic relationships or a particular relationship you were left hurt in the past, rejected, whatever it is, it's almost like that caused you to have to, you've sort of had to learn to become this Empress energy. You sort of healed from that, and it's made you stronger. But then it's like you've built yourself back up, but you may be scared that going into a new relationship could tear you back down, if that makes sense. So let me see what else comes out. So you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, though. It's like, are you questioning your luck in a weird way? You know, like it's where, and it's not just relationships, it can be a bunch of things where it's like you went through so much and you've built yourself back up. You would be terrified of being torn back down, wouldn't you? And kind of all the work you've done being for nothing. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from this. Anything else? Continuing on from that Wheel of Fortune in reverse, please. So I'm going to do it like this. So we've got the King of Cups, the Fool, and the Tower. It's a contradiction. It is again, it's kind of that. It's possibly an energy of overthinking again, because it's like, this would be where you've built yourself back up in whatever the situation is. I would say, and I keep saying it now with this King of Cups, you may have sort of gained a sense of emotional intelligence, emotional maturity, emotional freedom, even next to that Fool card. That's not something that's come up for me before, but I actually do like the term emotional freedom if you've had something in the past that kind of dragged you down and messed you up. But then it's kind of like, going forward, you've probably come so far from that you may now be at a point where you're kind of resistant to certain changes, because you've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse here. You got the Tower in reverse here, and those are both cards of change. So it's like, are you like afraid that it'll tip the scales too much, and it's like, I've gotten to such a good point, and this, I know this is past energy, but you, from the past onwards, you've gotten to a point of stability emotionally, mentally, physically, whatever, and now it's like, I don't want to do anything to rock the boat. So any massive changes, it's like a fear of that, because you're scared it'll bugger things up again, basically. I'm going to put these back and look at the present energy. So we've got the King of Cups there, and that's, as another meaning of the King of Cups is knowing how you feel, but being kind of reserved, like not being shouting out loud how you feel. And as I say, with that Queen of Swords, it's like you have something to say. I didn't say that you'd said it yet, though, did I? I said that there's probably the desire there, but there's fear. There might potentially be fear there as well. If it's not that you're expressing what's hurt you, because I said with the Five of Cups and the Nine of Wands, that could be where you're battling something on your own. And I suppose if you're trying to find the courage to speak up, then you are battling something in a way. But there could be fears around it. So the King of Cups, keeping your emotions to yourself, fear would be a reason to kind of keep it to yourself, because he knows how he feels, but he doesn't shout it from the rooftop, does he really? So King of Cups. And again, I'll repeat, it doesn't have to be about a romantic relationship. It could be anything in general in life where you want to say something, but because of past disappointment, you kind of like, there's a fear there of letting it out in case it's kind, you know, and you feel like you're cursed almost. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Six of Cups. What else? That Two of Pentacles kind of feels like, I don't know what to do. Like, that's what I'm feeling from it, that it's like an energy where you don't know what to do. Like, you have the feelings. Try that again. You have the feeling there, but you just don't know what to do with it or about it. Or so romantically, you could be wanting to confess how you feel to someone, or you could already be involved with someone and wanting to take it to another level or something, but you're just kind of holding back because you just don't know. There's a fear of, is it going to work? So this is, did they not, am I imagining it, or did the Six of Cups and Hierophant come out next to each other before and I talked about learning lessons or something? I'm probably wrong actually, but again, that energy of, is it going to be a repeat of the past? Have I learned what I needed to learn from the past, from past experience? Let's get one more. Eight of Wands, I mean, that's very chaotic kind of energy, isn't it? So for me, the Two of Pentacles there and the Eight of Wands there are kind of an energy of not knowing what to do. Let's look at that Six of Cups. I don't know if it'll help to clarify any of that. That's the Hanged Man. I'd say the past changed your perspective on something. We'll take that Judgment card. The past changed your perspective and how you move forward now, very likely. Again, it's the energy of, have I learned enough from the past to move on, to get it right this time? Three of Pentacles is where you collaborate with other people. So it can be about working with other people, whether it is working in a relationship, making a relationship work. It can be about if it was something else like work or something like that, if you're able to make that work now, or creativity or something, but it's physically being able to make something work. It's not just emotions. It's like you've got the emotions down, but physically you're concerned about, can I physically make this work? Have I learned everything I needed to learn previously to make this work now? Let's look at the Eight of Wands. And I think the key to, if you want to be happy and you've got that simplicity card there, it's simplifying it. It's not overthinking it, not overcomplicating it. Just kind of, if the Fool doesn't come out, I'll be shocked. But it's kind of like, it's kind of saying you just have to give it a go. Like, you'll only know if it will make you happy if you give it a go, and there's still no guarantee there. And that's, I know that's scary in itself, isn't it? Because nobody wants to be hurt, but it's kind of like, what's that saying about, I can't remember the saying now. My mind's gone blank. Yeah, I can't remember the saying, but it's like, if you don't give it a chance, it's automatically not worked because you haven't tried. So Page of Pentacles, I mean, that's kind of like a desire to plant a new seed, to try to start something. This is where Justice card is where you would want it to go in your favor, to get what you want, to get your happiness, I'm guessing. Did this come out in your reading earlier, or am I thinking of the last reading I just did? Because I'm having deja vu with this Queen of Swords and Emperor. I think it came out in Leo's reading, if it's not yours. Queen of Swords, Emperor, I mean, that's where you say what you need to say, isn't it? And the Emperor's where you take the lead, you take charge, you do what you have to do. But this particular Eight of Wands, this usually it's just the, I mean, it's up here, isn't it, as well? That Sagittarius energy. Yeah, usually it's just about the ones moving forward. In this one, she looks absolutely overwhelmed. Like, yeah, the poor cat's like hanging on for dear life. There's a tornado in the back. She's overwhelmed with either what she's already doing or what she needs to do. She's overwhelmed, and it's like, is that how you're feeling with this situation? Like, you kind of want to do it. You've got the desire to do it, but you feel overwhelmed with whatever, and including within that whatever, this feeling of, is it going to turn out right? With the Page of Pentacles there, for me, sometimes depending on what he comes out with, he can be that whole thing of, do I have enough to do this as well? Whether it is financially, physically, emotionally, mentally. Again, the fears of, can I make this work? Do I have enough to make this work? Am I enough even to make this work? Comes to mind too. So I'm going to leave that there, and I'm going to move on. So that's your current energy. Again, it's just the same sort of theme of wanting to do something, but kind of not sure what to do. I mean, you've got the feelings there. You've got a full cup to offer. But as I say, there's kind of this fear of, yeah, is it going to work? It's like, as I say, maybe it's a bit dramatic saying, do you fear happiness? But that's kind of the question. Kind of the question that's coming to mind. And as I say, it's like, simplify, kind of calm down and go for it. I mean, you've got the Ace of Wands as your future energy, right? So King of Cups, present energy, you're kind of keeping it to yourself that you probably may be overwhelmed with whatever the feeling is, or the doubts, that kind of thing. Ace of Wands, future energy. The spark is still there. Let's see if you're likely to take action. So Ace of Wands for the future energy. You've got Temperance, right? Okay, I think I know what this means. And then the World. It's the Temperance card being there. It's kind of, this is a really weird example I'm going to give now, but this is what's coming to mind. You know, like when you have a little kid, like a 3-year-old or something, or even younger than that, and they're, for some reason, they're very, very upset, and you know, and they cry to the point where they can't even breathe properly. And it's like, you want them to talk and tell you what's happened, what's upset them. Like, you see them crying, but you don't know why they're crying, and they want to talk, and you need them to tell you what's happened, but they're so kind of I don't think the right word is hysterical, but I can't think of another word. But, you know, as I say, that hiccup crying where they can't even talk, or they try to get words out and you can't even understand the word they're saying because they're so upset. And it's like they have to calm down before they can speak, before they can tell you how they feel and what happened. And this is what this Temperance card feels like. It's like, if you are feeling overwhelmed by doubt or whatever it is, it's almost like you have to imagine yourself, I know this sounds weird, as that little kid, and you have to calm down before you can speak, before you can deal with this, before you can move forward. You've got to calm down. And that's kind of how you simplify it. Is, well, for the start, that's how you do it. You calm down and then you can move forward, because after that you've got the World card, which is, that's where you can I guess new chapter, because the Ace of Wands is there and the World are there. It's a new chapter. You can have this beginning, this new beginning, whatever it is that you want to have. So let's see what else. What else? I know that's a really weird example, but that's what came to mind. That whole calm down, you know, and try to get a kid to calm down. And there's nothing you can do. You just have to give them their own time, because Temperance can be about moderation, and we talk about divine timing with it as well. There's nothing you can do to make that kid calm down. You except sit with them patiently, be patient with them until their body literally just relaxes, and then they're able to speak. So anything else? You've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse for some reason. Anything else? Page of Cups. I mean, there's a kid and they're very much attached to their emotions. That Queen of Pentacles kind of feels like a lack of nurturing, a need for nurturing. I'm going to clarify her on her own. Let her stick up there so that I remember. It's funny how she's there and then you've got the child right next to her, who, as I say, they're the most attached to their emotions. As I say, it doesn't have to be a romantic situation. This could almost be, if it's not yourself, like being your own parent or whatever you want to call it. It almost makes me wonder, where at the beginning I said is that there's the potential here that somebody's battling something on their own. You may need this from someone else, actually, or whatever your situation is, you may almost need someone there to kind of, this is metaphorical, could be literal, but metaphorically hold your hand while you calm down, so that you can get to that new start. I mean, we can do that for ourselves, but sometimes we do need a helping hand, literally. We need someone to help us get, support, understanding with that Two of Cups. I mean, you've got the Two of Cups twice here. If you are involved with somebody romantically, it may be a case of kind of explaining how you feel, what your doubts and fears are, and then you'll work it out together. Let's get something for that Queen of Cups. I mean, I can see a new chapter. You've got the concept of a new chapter twice in your future energy. So the potential is there for you to have this new chapter. Page of Cups actually is about vulnerability. Two of Cups can be a card of understanding. So there may be a specific person, whether it's romantic or non-romantic, that you need to speak with and share how you're feeling. And that may actually help you to get yourself to calm down. It's like, do you need nurturing? Do you need nurturing, whatever form that is, to help you calm down and be able to move forward? So let's look at that Queen of Pentacles and see what she says. It may be lacking at present, and the only way you can get that future-wise is to open up about how you're feeling. So you've got the Page of Pentacles. You've got the Five of Swords. Knight of Pentacles now. Let's get one more for that. I'm wondering if you feel you don't deserve this support or nurturing. That's what's coming to mind here. Because you've got the Page of Pentacles who's ready to make a move, ready to do something. You've got the Knight of Pentacles who is someone that can put in the effort and be very diligent. But then you've got that weird Five of Swords energy, like a card of conflict. And I mean, that is just that there's no support there whatsoever. That's the exact opposite of support. That's people who are against you. Do you feel like you wouldn't get the support you need? Or again, it's that whole fear of things not turning out the way you want it to. Do you not feel like you can make it work? Again, still that same energy there. But as I say, it looks like there's a key here to, as I say, calming down future-wise, and maybe needing to share how you feel with someone so that you can get the support. Then you can have that new chapter. It's almost like the future energies advice, but it is future. So I do see you calming down, and I do see that there is someone available to you that you could potentially get support from. This can be, I mean, I did say it was an expression of emotions. It can be that it's just that you calm down and then you express your emotions and get this new chapter, or it's that you speak to someone about how you feel and then together you work through it and get whatever it is you need. This Queen of Pentacles here almost feels like you feel like you have to do everything by yourself. And it's too hard. Again, we talked about, I mean, this is a card of feeling, or can be a card of feeling overwhelmed as well. Okay, I'm going to leave that there and move on to the advice, because I don't think there's anything more I can get from that that will be useful to you, or without just confusing things. So we're going to move on to your advice, which is the Six of Wands. So why is the Six of Wands here for Taurus? So we've got the Judgment card, we've got the Eight of Cups. I mean, the first thing I'm getting from both the cards of going off on your path and doing whatever it is you have to do to achieve your happiness. What was I going to say about this one? For this one, the main point is to leave any feelings behind that just don't serve you. Plain and simple. Anything that doesn't serve you, just be willing to leave it behind and give yourself a chance to, or a second chance if it is about a second chance, give yourself a chance to do this, to do whatever it is that will make you happy. Try not to get bogged down by complicated fears, doubts, thoughts of the past, whatever it is you need to do to get past all of that, to overcome all that and leave it behind, then do it. So we've got and I will say, and I know it's a common thing to say and it annoys the shit out of people, is you do have to follow your intuition in this. If there's something you want to do that you feel in your heart, or you have a gut feeling makes you happy, you deserve to give yourself the opportunity to pursue it and to go forward with it, even if there are mental doubts, logic comes into things. You deserve to give yourself a chance with it. Anything else? It's like, I think what I was saying before is like, if you don't even try, then it's an automatic fail, isn't it? If you don't try. And this card is kind of saying, if you want success or to succeed in something, then at the very least you have to give yourself a chance to try. And again, it's not a 100% guarantee, but it's 100% fail if you don't try. So yeah. Okay, final cards now. We've got the Page of Pentacles, willing to try. Another person who's, it's same, keeps on coming up, doesn't it? Willing to try. Yeah, willing to try, willing to physically pursue what your heart is calling you to, what you love, what you want to do, and leaving the fears and doubts behind, and just trusting that the calling that you have in you, that is calling you to pursue something or do something, it's there for a reason, and to give it a chance. So I'll leave that there. We'll get you some final oracle cards from, first of all, from the Sacred Power deck. So what's the card of advice from the Sacred Power deck, please? Personal power. I mean, it's empowering to give yourself a chance to try something, isn't it, really? So that one I will read from the book, and I'm going to we'll put it here. And let's get you a card from the Unicorns deck, Oracle of the Unicorns. So what else does Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising need to know as their final card of advice? final card of advice for Taurus, Sun, Moon and Rising, please. Anything at all. This is quite a heavy deck as well, so it's giving my arms a workout. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave these. However, intuition is out again, isn't it? Listen to the whispers of your heart. Use divination tools to help you decide. Trust your intuition no matter what. And you are your number one divination tool. You're your divination tool. I mean, yes, you can use cards, tarot if you're someone that uses that, or watching readings. I mean, generals. Sometimes you won't 100% get what you need in terms of answers from a general message some of the time, because obviously personal situation, it's different, isn't it, to generals. But you are your number one divination tool. Your intuition is your number one divination tool. Whatever the whisper of your heart is, you know, you deserve to give that a chance, as long as nobody's getting harmed in the process. And the magic card, make a wish, believe in miracles, magic surrounds you. So again, that's about the, I don't know if I mentioned, it may not have been in this reading, it may have been the other one, about believing that that you're capable, that you can. Again, it's not 100% guarantee, but it's like, do you even give yourself to make a wish, or are you someone that's like, oh well, I just don't know, so I'm not even going to wish or pray for it because the doubt is so strong? But let's look at the personal power card. It's like, I think this reading is going to be called give yourself a chance. You deserve a chance. You deserve to give yourself a chance, or something to that effect. Sorry, I'm just looking at my cards and wondering why some of them are in reverse when they weren't put in the deck in reverse. Anyway, right, sacred power message, personal power here. So it says, take responsibility for your actions, reclaim your power. So maybe that's why that Sagittarius card was here. Was it Mercury in Sagittarius at the beginning, the Eight of Wands? You can't see it now. I mean, that is a card of, it's movement, isn't it? It's taking action. So it says, emotions are powerful and can cause us to feel alone, overwhelmed, which kept on going on about, and anxious if we haven't had the opportunity to express our situation or experiences. A symbol of polarity of positive and negative. The Siberian tiger asks us to address our personal power issues. The tiger has chosen to visit you today to encourage you to express your deepest feelings, embracing your darkest personal experience and transform it into positive thoughts and actions. Once we decide if a particular experience is good or bad, we then make a conscious decision about what to do next, identifying our method of emotional expression. We either speak up, become neutral, or we don't speak at all. Not speaking up, however, can leave us feeling helpless, placing us in a victim mindset. Tigers are predators and understand the need for secrecy, perseverance, and patience before committing to their prey. Standing strong and powerful is essential to their survival. In the same way, experiencing darkness helps us build strength and resilience. Right now, the tiger asks you to relinquish your victimhood and take responsibility for your own thoughts and feelings. Embrace your hardships with love and acceptance. Use them as a source for personal motivation. Take responsibility for your own actions and the part you have played in your current circumstances. By doing so, you will begin to reclaim your personal power. Now is the time to encourage a healthy environment by releasing toxic relationships/friendships in your life. Negative attitudes and emotional vampires are manipulating your soul's freedom. Remove yourself from the game, cut these negative cords, and be free. The affirmation says, I am now willing and able to stand in my own power. Each experience enhances my love, strength, and self-worth. So as I say, I feel for some of you, the number one toxic thing here, negative emotions, attitudes, whatever, it's that fear and doubt of, I don't know, that fear that you can't make it work. That seems like the number one thing here. But I'll leave your reading there. Thank you very much for watching. I hope there was something helpful here for you. Feel free to like, share, comment on the videos, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to do that. And if you'd like a personal reading, please see the description box below the video for that. But again, as I say, thank you for watching and take care.